is Maurice Bridges. I'm Director of Supplier Diversity and Business Development for VIA Metropolitan Transit. We're very happy to be part of this conference. We look forward to it every year. Last year we had probably, the last time we had it, we spoke to over 200 people at our outreach session, and that was excellent turnout. So we're looking forward to doing it this year through Zoom. I want to talk to you specifically about VIA and a little bit about our disadvantage in small business enterprise opportunities. Being a contractor right now, there's a lot of exciting stuff going on at VIA Metropolitan Transit. This is probably, despite COVID, this is probably some of the best of times to be in business or to have a small business of any type. So I want to talk you through some of the business opportunities and how to go about getting certified and some of the opportunities that are coming up. First of all, the main thing that we want to convey to the small business community and just firms in general is everybody is free at all times to bid on all contracts, regardless of certifications. Now, the Office of Diversity and Federal Compliance is responsible for developing and implementing policies and procedures necessary to ensure that the disadvantaged business enterprise and the small business enterprises have the maximum opportunity to bid on all contracts. So as a result of that, we're constantly looking for ways to be creative, to increase participation. One of the things that we're most proud of is how we debundle contracts and try to match those opportunities up with the firms who are certified and ready, willing, and able to bid on this type of work. One of the things that we are slightly different from some of our other agencies in that VIA we are a direct recipient of federal funds through the Federal Transit Administration. And what that means is that every contract that we solicit, we're required by statute and the regulations to assign a contract-specific DBE goal. So as a result of that, DBE goals are any certified firm in the United States is eligible to bid on that. Now, from our outreach perspective, one of the things that we do, the majority of our outreach is right here in the Bexar County area and throughout the state of Texas. However, oftentimes there'll be firms that are hearing about all the opportunities in San Antonio and Bexar County. So you will have a number of out-of-state firms that will come in and bid on some of these federal projects. Now, our local program is a little different, and the definition of VIA's local program, quite frankly, is the entire state of Texas. So any firm that is certified in the state of Texas as a small business enterprise is free to bid on any of the opportunities that we have. So those are our two funding sources, and those are the two certifications that we're looking for, the DBE certification and the SBE certification. Now, we made it perfectly clear that you're free to bid on the projects, but as far as the credits, the prime contractors can use you as toward the DBE or SBE credit if you are certified. Now, one of the things that we've, just for clarification, and I'll just leave this with you, in the top left corner is the definition of what a disadvantaged business enterprise is. It is a business structure for profit, small business concerns, where socially and economically disadvantaged individuals own at least 51% interest and also control management and daily business operations. And that includes African Americans, Asian Pacific and subcontinent, Asian Americans, Hispanic, Native American, and women are presumed to be socially and economically disadvantaged. Now, other individuals can also qualify as socially and economically disadvantaged on a case-by-case basis. If you go down, our small business enterprise is a business structure that is formed with the purpose of making profit, which is independently owned and operated, which means the United States, which meets the United States Small Business Administration size standard for a small business. Now, if you look in the white space, this is a huge opportunity if you are certified as an African-American business owner, Asian, disadvantaged, Hispanic, minority, veteran, or woman-owned business. There's a huge opportunity for you to perhaps gain a competitive advantage by, if you're in one of those categories, then what we're encouraging you to do is at least go the extra mile and seek your small business enterprise certification. On the flip side, in some cases where you're eligible, we would encourage you to also apply for your disadvantaged business enterprise certification. Now, the small business enterprise may be a little bit easier to obtain. So what we're recommending you do is if you're in the white space, consider moving up to become a small business enterprise. If you're in the gray space, consider moving up to become a disadvantaged business enterprise. So just for the record, every certified disadvantaged business enterprise, your credits will count toward the DBE or the SBE goal. So oftentimes what we're asking just to build capacity is focus on the local city, county, municipalities, but also keep yourself open for additional business opportunities by becoming certified as a small business enterprise or disadvantaged business enterprise. So one of the things that you will notice is once you're in that DBE space, then it opens you up for opportunities not only in Bexar County and the state of Texas, but that DBE certification will open you up for opportunities across the United States. And that is very, very important from the standpoint of building capacity and trying to increase your business development opportunities across the board. Some of the people that we've coached, some of the small businesses have basically said, so what exactly are the benefits of a DBE certification? It's long, it's intrusive, it's asking for a lot of personal information. They're requesting my bank records, my tax returns. What exactly is the advantage? There are several advantages in addition to what I've stated is you're opening yourself up for many, many opportunities. When you come in, we take the position at VIA that we really don't want you to be a subcontractor forever. So through some of our coaching and business development support, what we're asking you to do is position yourself where at some point down the road, you can become a prime contractor, such as a Azteca or a Med Wheels or any of the other firms around the state that have done extremely well. Now, one of the main things that is beneficial is that the benefit to you in having that DBE certification, because VIA is a direct recipient of federal funds, then every project that goes out the door that has federal funds attached to it, if there's availability, we're going to assign a contract-specific DBE goal to that. Here's the other important note. The more DBEs that we have certified and the more availability it is in those items of work, then the higher the goal would be. Another super advantage is if you are a certified DBE and you are the contractor of choice and you win the bid as a prime contractor, then you only are required to perform 30% of the work. Yes, if you're the prime contractor and you're a certified DBE, then you're only required to do 30% of the work. Now, oftentimes what we've seen in these instances, and this is where we're really getting a great return on all of our business development and supportive services that we're providing to the firms. Oftentimes, the prime contractor, who is a DBE, will also choose to subcontract a portion of that to another DBE. So that creates a lot of economic development throughout the city and the county when we have DBE primes who are also subbing to other DBEs. Again, I mentioned it creates a competitive advantage. We've already debundled or unbundled the contracts to make it easier for you to focus on just the pieces that you have the expertise in. And the other opportunity that I mentioned earlier is all of the Sbes firms. We encourage you to apply for that SBE and the DBE certification. And later on in the presentation, we'll show you as we wrap up exactly how we're lending some of that support to you. The next thing is asked is, where exactly can I receive DBE technical assistance? There are a number of service providers throughout San Antonio and Bexar County, you know, PTAC, UTSA, the Maestro Center. I mean, there are lots and lots of opportunities out there where you can go to get free technical assistance. Now, at VIA, we are of the opinion that because a lot of this is at taxpayers' expense, taxpayers shouldn't have to pay for a service but once. So what we've done through our networking, we have a strong sense of all the services that are available to you free of charge. So we try to coordinate whenever possible to ensure that we're connecting you with the right technical service provider. And those instances where perhaps, because this is not a cookie cutter approach, and perhaps you may need some customized training, then our office would literally, you have to be certified through the South Central Texas Regional Certifying Agency. Now, what our office and consultant will do for you, if you're in the process of bidding on a VIA project and with enough advance notice, we will actually help you complete the paperwork. And the South Central Texas Regional Certifying Agency is now accepting online applications. So what we want to do is we want to help you schedule the meeting so that we can look over your paperwork before it's submitted. Once that information is submitted, then we literally want to move you into showing you how to look at the bids and upcoming contract opportunities, which Mr. Ross Mitchell will take you in a little bit more detail about that. As I stated, so we're trying to do everything that we can to create a level playing field. We're trying to do everything that we can to ensure that you have the necessary support that is needed. We handle all of your information in strict confidence, and we just want to make you successful. One of the next things that we'll do at this point, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Ross Mitchell, who is the Business Development and Outreach Specialist. And what Ross is going to do is he's going to take you through from start to finish how to sign up, how to get on the VIA web portal. And that is extremely important because once you're on the portal and your name and your firm name is in the database, then you will actually get all of the upcoming contract opportunities, all the change orders and everything. So I'm going to turn it over now to one of my associates, Mr. Ross Mitchell, who is a Business Development and Outreach Specialist.
Thank you, Maurice. My name is Ross Mitchell again, and I'm going to walk you through our vendor registration process, which is the most important step with us. As you notice, our website where you would go to register and find this module is via.diversitycompliance.com. You would click on the vendor registration. As I arrow down, you see if you're going to start a new vendor registration, and also if you're a current vendor with VIA, you have to renew your registration annually. So you can always go back in here where it says log in under the update and renew to update your application. With the new application, you want to come into our system, you'll say create an account. In this block, you will put in your tax identification number and click lookup. Now, if you're already registered with either the City of San Antonio, Bexar County, or if you're certified through the South Central Texas Certification Agency, it's going to bring up your account. And you'll say, well, I'm already registered with VIA. You're not. You still have to go through our process. What the system is telling you that your account is already built in. So you want to go down to starting with your business name, put in your business name, company name. Wherever you see an asterisk, that means that's mandatory information that has to be entered. You go down to your contact information, and please ensure with your email address that you put in the email address that's going to stay constant with your company. Whether it's an info at whatever your company name is, because if you put in someone that either your secretary or project manager and they leave the company, we're still sending those bids out to that email address. So please put in an email address that will stay constant. That way you'll be ensured to receive those bids. And if you go down the page, also you put in the other information, your contact person, and then what you do is you'll hit the next button and it'll take you over to start building your profile. But due to the fact that I'm not registered, now once you actually register, in your bid tab to the left, in your profile, you'll see where it says registrations. That'll let you know you're registered with VR. You can always contact the office and we can help you with that process. Once you are a registered vendor, now it's time to go to work. You want to view procurement opportunities. So you go down and click on the View Procurement Opportunities tab. It'll bring up our current bids. You will see what the name of the project is going to be. You will see the due date on it. Just for this instance, it's our taxi cab services. Now, also once you click into that bid, you will see when the bid is due. You will also see what the bid is about. It'll give you a brief description. It'll tell you the scope of work, who is the contract specialist that you would need to, and if there are any special requirements. Sometimes we have walkthroughs. You want to make sure you attend that walkthrough. Pre-bids, those are the most important things to you. You want to know what it is about the bid. Not only that, you can see who else is bidding on the project. Maybe the project is too big for you. At least you can partner up with someone and you'll know who all is going through the same opportunity, looking for the same opportunity as you. So it's very important to, number one, put in an email address that's going to stay constant besides registering with us, and also to look at the procurement, look at the bid opportunity and see when the pre-bid is going to be. Now, you won't be able to download the bid at this time unless you are registered. You can go anytime and look at them, but when you try to go in and open the bid to look at it, it won't allow you to do that unless you are registered with us. Now, we know from time to time you get busy, you're working on projects, you may have forgotten this process. You can always go down the system training list, click on that one, and it'll tell you about upcoming training opportunities, where it is to know how to work the module. If you want to be it's the introduction to system vendor training, or online certification application training. You're trying to submit your application through the SCTRCA. We have our contract utilization plan, contract compliance reporting. Once you actually get a contract, so you're a prime contractor, you need to report those dollars or enter your subcontractors. This training will help you do that. Just for instance, the contract complaint reporting, click on it, and it'll tell you when the class times are going to be, how many spaces, and it's an online training and it's free to you. If you have any more questions, my contact information is ross.mitchell@viainfo.net. And at this time, I'll turn it over to Terry Dudley, who is our procurement manager.
Hello, everyone. My name is Terry Dudley. I'm the Manager of Contracts for VIA Metropolitan Transit. VIA is the public transit authority for San Antonio, Texas. We serve about 1,300 square miles, all of which are in the Bexar County area. We have about 450 buses, close to 2,000 employees, and my role at VIA is formal solicitations for all sorts of goods and services. We have a request for proposal currently out on the street today. The deadline to propose on this would be December 17th. The project is the VIA Storage Complex Development. In case you're not aware, VIA owns a building on Medina in the Medina Street area that is a large warehouse. It's referred to as a Sbes storage complex. We're looking for developers to propose on methods of developing this area, and this is a pretty big and exciting project for VIA. We also have some upcoming procurements, including general concrete work, which is an IDIQ contract for doing concrete work for VIA. That's I believe a 5-year project. We also have upcoming recycling services, medical and pharmacy claims audit services. We also have a project for replacing the audiovisual system in our VIA Metro Center meeting area. That is the meeting room that we conduct our monthly board meetings. That will be going out soon. And then we also have a project for replacing the asphalt parking at that facility. And we have a data center server and storage refresh project, which is about $1 million project that will be issuing out soon. And then the nurse case management services. We currently have a contract with a company called F.A. Nunnally, and they are building us a new facility for our paratransit operation that is currently under design phase, but we do expect to complete that phase soon, and then we will be issuing, or actually F.A. Nunnally will be issuing requests for bids for the construction phase. That facility not only includes offices, but it also includes a maintenance facility with maintenance bays and equipment. It includes a refueling station, a washer for the vehicles, and a loading dock and warehouse for parts. One of the things that I try and point out when I present to anyone that's interested in doing business with VIA is that we do have a DBE program, and I'm sure you'll be hearing our Maurice Bridges and others talking about that program. But we have a DBE and a small business enterprise program at VIA. We look to these contracts to find opportunities for DBEs and SBEs to participate. However, I always try to clarify or confirm with everyone to let them know that you're not required to be certified as a DBE or an SBE. Our bids are open to the public. Anyone can bid. Any responsible bidder can bid. And just wanted to point that out. One of the other things that we wanted to talk about is that certified SBEs and DBEs are encouraged to bid as a prime contractor. Often these programs tend to lean toward certified coming in as a subcontractor. However, it's very possible and very encouraged for you to submit a bid as a prime. If you were to submit a prime as a prime contractor for a project that had a goal, and you were looking to achieve that goal with your certification, you would have to do 30% of the work. So in other words, if we had a contract for asphalt parking improvements, which is one that is coming up, if it had a goal of 39%, which I believe it does, if you wanted to meet that goal as a prime, again, you would have to do at least 30% of that work to meet the goal.
Thank you, Mr. Dudley. As I stated earlier, this is an exciting time at VIA, and it's very exciting because we have so many contract opportunities that are coming up over the next 12 months. And I wanted to recap. This is, and I just kind of want to take you through the DBE, SBE contract opportunity model that we follow. We'll come to an outreach session such as this one that Bexar County is hosting. That's where we actually meet you. And for an example, the last time Bexar County had the one that we attended, we talked to over 200 firms. And those firms, you know, it was probably half of them that had products or services that where they were eligible to bid on projects at VIA. And then the first thing that we want you to do, as Ross mentioned, is we want you to be registered on our web portal, because the registration is truly what gets you all of the information. You know, at one point we were thinking about maybe we just call up the firms and let them know that, you know, we have a concrete contract coming out, or we may have something on employee benefits, but it's much easier to be assigned, be registered on the portal with all your information and all your NAICS codes to ensure that you're going to receive the information and any updates. The next thing, once we do that and we select those firms that have some interest in dealing with VIA, then we actually bring you in, and we actually have learned to do this virtual now, but we do a business assessment, which takes less than an hour. And what that is we're actually going through your NAICS codes, ask you how long you've been in business. We help you with the SWOT analysis, and that SWOT analysis where we're looking for your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. That really is really just so that we can get some idea of what type of assistance, what type of training could we provide for you. So that's really the purpose of that. And that takes about an hour. And we do it, it's a combination of our staff and one of our supportive service consultants that will help you with that information. The thing that we've added that has actually been extremely helpful is just the piece where we're actually helping you complete the DBE and SBE certification application before you submit it to SCTRCA. And what that does is, what we want to be able to do is we want to increase the approval rates, but at the same time, we have a vested interest to get as many DBEs into the database as possible, because that's really what we're required to do when as a recipient of federal funds. And once we do that, and Terry has talked to you about the upcoming opportunities and how to submit your proposal as a prime or sub, but really the first 4 steps are all the things that we're doing to try to get you ready to make sure to try to create any type of competitive advantage that you have. And once you get into the fold, and quite frankly, if you have a project with VIA, you can use that as a reference when you go over to Bexar County or the city of San Antonio or the San Antonio Airport. So these are some of the things that we're trying to do to help improve our DBE and SBE utilization. And if anyone has any feedback from the firms, the businesses, or even some of the other agencies on anything that we can do, best practices to improve our program, we're definitely open to that. And in closing, we definitely appreciate the opportunity to participate in this Bexar County DBE conference. Thank you very much.